Welcome in, everybody, to Fantasy Pros MLB. This is Leading Off Live, brought to you by PrizePicks. Sign up for PrizePicks today and use the promo code Leading Off. It is me, Joey P, Joe P Zapia. That, of course, is the Welsh. And it's you, the Peanuts, the Cracker Jacks, all hanging out here, talking some baseball. And we've got more baseball to talk about.
I would like to change my name. I would like my name to be changed for the show. I'm going to get a new
Ooh.
graphic. I would now like to be referred to as Elly de la Welsh. That is what we will be, Elly de la Welsh, in honor of the most exciting player in baseball.
Elly de la Welsh, and I'll be Joey de la Cruz. And we can do the whole show the rest of the way, because it was exciting. A 458-foot home run that almost left the stadium. A great call by the announcer, too. That ball had a family, as Noah Syndergaard did not let me down. I picked it. I bet it. Elly de la Cruz went yard. Welsh. It was a good feeling, and it was a monumental blast for your first home run.
Woo. I text you immediately because I was sitting here doing some work, and I was watching, and, you know, sometimes I'm watching games, and I got them on, and I'm doing work, and I'm not, like, fully engaged. I'm just listening. I turned over, and I was like, all right, we got to watch this. He hit that ball. I swear to God, I was watching. I was like this. I was like, oh, like I jumped, like I was terrified, like somebody scared the crap out of me. That ball was murdered. Also, low-key hilarious was the kid that got the ball and negotiated with the Reds. I don't know if anybody saw this. I think
I did not see it
on social media. Mm-hmm. This kid got the ball. The Reds negotiated. And not only, like, people were like, you could have got 50,000, 100,000. He negotiated to meet Elly after, get a bat, a ball, and his entire crew that was with him, all his bros, got to go and meet, and he got a ball for each one of his buddies. And there's a picture of Elly with his whole crew, and every one of them have a baseball. It was pretty good. Good vibes all around on Elly. But boy, I feel way better about how I've been pontificating about Elly and the excitement, and maybe I've been a little overzealous. I don't feel so overzealous after yesterday.
And like every rookie, there's going to be some ups and downs. I mean, that's just part of the rookie thing. And speaking of rookies, we'll get to the rookie lookie because we do have some to get to. But Jay here in the chat's got a question. Now that Elly is called up, my NA spot is available. Who is the next big impact rookie lookie that I can stash? See, it's a thing that I can actually stash and be worth adding to my roster. It's a 10-person head-to-head league. So Welsh, I don't want to say the cupboard is bare, because it's never bare when it comes to prospects. But I do feel like we're in the second week of June here. It does feel like we've gotten a lot of the prospects they were hoping for this year. But you're the prospect one host. You're the guy. You're the guru. So who else should we be looking for in these scenarios where you have an NA spot and you can add somebody?
Well, listen, we are a week away from me doing what I did last week and bitching and complaining if Christian Encarnacion Strand is not up. Like, this is another red, though. This is why the Reds are getting so exciting. As Elly was putting up 112s, he's putting up 110s. Like, this guy is ready to go. Maybe the only problem is it's like, what are they going to do? I still say Strand comes up and he's the DH. He's the guy. He's an easy DH play. He could play he could play third. He could play first. It gives him more flexibility. Joey Votto's looming, so I think that's kind of a problem. CES, I've been calling for freaking ever, so, you know, this is an easy one. On the pitching side, yes, thank you, by the way. That is the best compliment here.
Yeah, your hair is slapping. It was really good the last couple days.
Thank you. We're going for it. We're going to keep it going here. Thank you for all the comments. Makes me feel good. Gavin Williams, somebody put it in the chat. Clearly, Gavin Williams, he is the top prospect of prospect, number one pitcher that's out there. He's in AAA. He's slapping. It's just a matter of, like, what is this team going to do? You know what? Aaron Savale is pitching today. He might be one of those biggest pieces that might get kicked if Gavin Williams were to come up. So watch and see if he gets kicked around. But Gavin Williams, Christian Encarnacion Strand, those are the two hitter-pitcher prospects, the top of the heap at least. Not that there's not other guys, but those would be the big two I'd focus on.
Yes, and I've been on the heater, Welsh, these last couple of days.
Yeah, you have, man.
I mean, it is, the numbers are, and of course, I've reinvested into NFL because that's what I do. So I take this money from here and I'm investing in all my NFL stuff. And there's even a free, actually, I used they gave me a free $10 bet yesterday on FanDuel. And I went ahead and I used it on the Elly de la Cruz homer, which was great. It was like a 3-1 odds on that. Or
pretty good. I mean, it's
nice.
A great play.
It was good.
Anytime you can bet against Noah Syndergaard. If you guys remember my bet, my play into that game was my favorite bet of the day was Reds team total runs through the first 5 innings of 2.5 We got that. We got that in
Yeah.
the third inning after they scored 6. So that was my investment in it. Anytime you can go against Noah Syndergaard, here's a sad piece. We won't be able to do it too much longer because Noah Syndergaard is not too much longer for this league, unfortunately.
No. Also, a bunch of games canceled yesterday. It was weird here in New Jersey.
And
It looked like Tatooine.
2 different games canceled today.
Yeah.
You guys are going through a
Already.
thing.
Let me tell you something. I took a picture of it too, and I sent it in our Slack channel, on the random channel there. But it was crazy yesterday. I mean, it looked like some weird post-apocalyptic thing. The
Looks like
smell, the
Blade
air was
Runner.
there.
Yeah.
It was very. But yesterday the sun was setting. I took out the trash, and I swear to God, it was like this weird sun haze thing. It looked like Luke Skywalker when he was looking out at Tatooine. And I was out there trying to, I went to the Tashi station to pick up some power converters, because I just got those new droids.
What?
And
What's
I
the
looked
Tashi?
outside. And well, that's from Star Wars. That's what he says.
Okay.
When he's all complaining, he's like, "But I was gonna go to the Tashi station to pick up some power converters."
That was like a Wawa thing. I thought it was like a Wawa thing.
So. No, the Tashi station is right next to the Wawa. Yeah, that's where it is. But it's been so weird, and I know with the people who have breathing issues and things like that, they canceled all the after school activities here in the area. There's no sports being played. Nobody went outside. They were given masks. Now we're wearing masks to go outside. That's how weird things have gotten.
Yeah, I say be safe, everybody, because like air quality rating around 100 is not great. And in Washington, when they canceled the Diamondbacks game today, 300 over 300, and I believe in I don't know, New York message. I don't even know who's all getting hit. It was like 357. Like it is massively insane air quality stuff that's going on. So Godspeed. And I think the second game, I believe it was the Rockies and whoever maybe just got canceled. I thought someone in the chat. I'm not sure if that's a fact, but I know
for sure the Nationals one is canceled again. That I saw. I was the National. No, what was it? That was I just saw it.
No,
yes,
it was
the
Nationals Diamondbacks. That's the only official one. I thought somebody
said
the official
one.
Yeah, Colorado.
No, it's significantly better here right now. So they're hoping they're going to get the Yankee game in today here in the New York area. But it was weird, very strange thing. But let's get to some baseball stuff. By the way, EUE 2K has a great name here. 2 Live Cruz. That's a good team name. I like that.
If you had both players, I actually have both players in one of my NFBCs. I wish we could change the name. I would totally do that. That's a great one.
All right, let's get to some other headlines that aren't Elly De La Cruz. I guess we can do those. Corbin Burnes, stupid. Don't look now, but he might be turning things around. 8 shutout innings, 9 Ks. Pretty good. I think his next start, if I saw correctly, his next start's coming up against the Twins. I could be wrong on that. I got to check that. But Corbin Burnes, maybe this is an interesting time to start to buy low on some of the, maybe that window's shut. I don't know, but you can kick the tires on it. Chris Bassett, 8 innings against the Astros. Strong performance for him. 49 innings in his last 7 starts, a 2.02 ERA, a 0.86 whip. I really liked this pitcher last year when he pitched for the Mets. I thought Chris Bassett was a very strong pitcher. I did not like to see him go. That was a great pickup for the Blue Jays, and he's been very good. 42 Ks in the last 49 innings, too. Juan Soto, big night for him. 5 for 5, 321, 5 homer, 20 RBI stretch with 5 steals since May 1st. How you doing? So obviously, I guess the trick to getting Juan Soto back was getting him that horrible statue. So the statue, I'd like to see the numbers since the statue, because I think these kind of coincided where it's like, look, I need to be better. If this is the statue they're making of me that's acceptable, I need to perform better.
That one, the left one hits 212. The right one hits 300.
Did you see that horrible Blue Jays AI thing that I sent you this morning?
Yes, I did.
That was terrifying. Go to Joe Pisa 17 on Twitter. I retweeted this. Somebody made a Blue Jays commercial using AI, and it is the most terrifying, horrific.
It starts out a little like, oh, this is like goofy AI. This is
then
crazy.
It gets dark.
Then it turns.
People have hot dog hands, and
they're like eating.
I don't know what's
other,
going on.
And it's like
they're eating each other. It's so weird.
But one thing I want to point out is like it's always not 1 for 1, but this Juan Soto situation, it is like. It is paramount to like what we see with like star players. Star players aren't always going to necessarily be stars, but people are looking at like Manny Machado and we had the Nolan Arenado stuff. It's just like the best players do get it figured out because they're the best players. So when they really struggle, this is why they're on the list. I've had Juan Soto on the buy list on the trade video. I've had Nolan Arenado. I would put Manny Machado on there. Look at Trey Turner. I mean, all of these guys, when they're in their biggest struggles and people are losing their mind, it's such a great time to buy proven really proven commodities, even if there's not like all the things that are pointing in that direction. That's kind of how I've been with Manny Machado, and I would, because Juan Soto has really gotten his feet back. Hard hit numbers, top percent of the league, 58% on hard hit. His batting average is up to his XBA, which is great. He's just making better contact, and he's actually got the second best barrel rate of his career right now. So turning in a great direction. Thank God. Hopefully, quite a while back, he did pick up Juan Soto.
Randy Rosarena, walk-off homer for him. He's now hitting 290, 394, 498. That's elite, boys and girls. 12 homers, 7 steals. Guy's been tremendous. Jesus Sanchez, also been pretty good. Last 30 games, 346, 391, 667 slash. Now, this is a player that's been kind of divisive, I know, over the years in the prospect market. What do you make of this run that Sanchez is on right now, Will?
I used to love, if you followed me for a long time, you know my years of loving Jesus Sanchez. But, like anything else, I want to claim he's my guy because I just kind of fell off the table. But XP, this is amazing. I know people get annoyed with like expected stats, but not only is he hitting 300, his expected batting average is over 320 right now, which is wild. An expected slug well over 500. Hard hit numbers are there. The strikeout rate is the absolute lowest of his career, which you love to see. And he's destroying fastballs. So what'll be interesting is if the pitch mix this year is more fastballs, but that's what he hits so well. It'll be interesting when pitchers start to, readjust on him, because he's hitting under 200 on breaking and off-speed pitches right now. So I'm here for it. I'm here for the Jesus. You don't F with the Jesus, and you pick up the Jesus.
They're actually showing the Big Lebowski at the theater near me. I told you that theater near me does all the revival movies. They'll show them. And I've seen Lebowski. I saw it in the theater. It's so great, but I think I might have to go check that out.
I mean, it definitely holds. Like you go back.
Oh, 100%. It's so bizarre. Oh, it holds. It's fantastic.
You know what I've been wondering? Does Raising Arizona, does that still
I just saw it a couple weeks ago.
Oh, really?
It doesn't hold up completely, but the parts that do are very good still.
That's what I love. Like
it's like Spaceball, great, but it's still
completely different movies. Solid. But like Spaceball still holds up, and Three Amigos still holds up. Those are like 80s and 70s.
Michael Wacha, I can't believe he's holding up. 7 strikeouts, 6 shutout innings yesterday. This has been bizarre. I was gonna say, what do we get to here? The Michael Wacha turnaround, because he's got a 3.18 ERA, a 109 whip. He's got 64 strikeouts. A guy who's never been a big strikeout pitcher, really. 68 innings. I mean, I remember Michael Wacha Cardinal days. Well, also thinking he was going to be in that rotation for a decade and be a stud, and he had like 1.5 good years, and that was it. But what in the hell is going on with Michael Wacha, Welsh, and what do you do here at this point with him?
Yeah, I mean, I told you it's the changeup. It's I don't know if it's career high, but it's higher than last year. Over 36% whiff rate on his changeup. He throws that as the number 1 pitch. Fastball right behind it, and then he's got his variations of fastballs, cutters, and sinkers and stuff. And all of those fastballs are just setups for the changeup. And I mean, I don't know if who here watches Michael Wacha, but when you watch, man, it's bonkers to see what that changeup does, just how it dips and dives. It's like a dodgeball, dips, dive, duck. Like that thing just goes whoop, and the fastball sets it up really great, and he's hitting his spots. And the zone chart looks fantastic. He's doing what you want with the changeup. You're covering the bottom corners of the zone and under, and then he just pounds fastballs in that guys aren't getting crazy. I don't think they're getting crazy hard contact on. Let me look real quick. Yeah, I mean, only one pitch has a 90 EV or higher, and that's the 4-seam. Everything else is, and it's only 90.5. So there's not a lot of hard contact being made with a changeup. I think this type of stuff is sustainable. So I'm in on Michael Wacha, especially if he's sitting out there.
Guys, I know people are asking me, are you calling Elly De La Cruz because we're getting close to game time there? No, I'm not calling Elly today. Not against Kershaw.
I almost was tempted to go under his fantasy points today on PrizePicks are like 8.5. I was going to go under.
There's a great PrizePick thing going on. Also, we're going to get to that in a second too. But somebody was saying in the chat here, I got to find it, that Nicolas Cage's best movie. Oh, here it is. It was BT. BT said Raising Arizona is Cage's best film. I think it's his best performance. I would say Con Air and Face Off in that same also vein of.
You know what's interesting about
Nick Cage
that though?
Movies.
Let me push
in performances. It might be the best performance.
But let me push just a tiny bit, because Nicolas Cage, interestingly enough, has had completely different lifespans, because he's making completely different movies now. Because I will agree with this, Con Air is the best. Con Air's
Oh,
like
so great.
number one. I would put The Rock and
See, I never
Face
liked
Off.
The Rock.
Now, but
I
see,
love
those were
that
like
theory about The Rock that Sean Connery is actually James Bond in The
I
Rock.
like that too.
That is a cool theory,
But
but I think that movie's overrated. Moonstruck,
now,
also a great performance by Nicolas Cage too. I want to throw
now
that in.
all of his performances though, they're so different, and this is going to be wild. But I actually heard an interview that his favorite movie, and I saw this about 6 months ago. His favorite movie he's ever made is this movie called Pig. And it is phenomenal. He is phenomenal in it.
Really good. He's great in that movie too.
The which one?
Adaptation.
Well,
where
yeah,
he
but that's
plays,
what I'm saying.
Charlie Kaufman, the screenwriter.
He's doing all these weird movies. Pig is really good, and he's done a bunch of these like aggressive like horror movies too. But go check.
Well, I want to see Renfield because I love Nicholas Hoult, and it looks like a very funny movie. So I'm definitely going to check that out. But you're right. You know, if you look at the Nicolas Cage pantheon of films, it's pretty good here. Matchstick Men. That's an underrated little movie. He does like some horrible straight B-level to cable movies, and then he'll do something like Matchstick Men, or he'll do something like Renfield. You're like, this is great.
He's doing a lot of like taking money. His two most recent big ones of the last 5 years is Mandy and Pig. Go watch those.
All right,
those
I'll go check out Pig.
Yeah, those are wild. You'll love
that out. All right, let's continue on here with the rookie lookie because Joe Adell. Don't look now, kids. Joe Adell got called up. 958 OPS, 18 homers, 4 steals. All right, Welsh, I know you're not the biggest Joe Adell guy. So are you running out there to pick him up at all or no?
I am not. No way. Absolutely not. Home run leader too, by the way, in the minor leagues. No, I think he's
impressive. You're not picking up the home run leader in the minor leagues getting called up.
No, I mean, if you want, you can. There's always a possibility. I leave open the possibility, but at the same time, what is this, year 12? You know, like started year 12. That's Joe Adell in AAA.
I think that might be a little. I think it's 12.
He's definitely more striking out almost 30% of the time in the minors. So what have you learned? He's eating mistakes better, but he's striking out at insane levels, and it's barely improving. He's striking out worse this year than he did in 2001, which he was also in AAA. So could it work out? Sure. Crazy athletic, more pitches over time, pitch recognition. I'm not going to hold my breath. Not doing it in a 10, not doing it in a 12. This also is going to probably be short-lived. Joe Adell will figure it out maybe at some point in his career. I just have been pretty steadfast. I don't think it'll be with the Angels.
All right. Fair enough. So
remember, Mickey Moniak is on this team, guys. Remember, they got Mickey Moniak, so they don't need Joe.
Mickey Moniak had that great run,
remember,
and then all of a sudden they went back to Taylor Ward. I feel like, and I'm thinking to myself, what the hell are we doing here? Why are we going back to Taylor Ward after all?
2021. If I said 2001.
So wait, how old is Joe Adell now? Since now we're talking
I think he's like 20. He's 24. I mean, he's still in that developmental time. It's just.
I mean, if he was 26, I'd say okay. He's 24. Gunnar Henderson. This is another young player too. We got to talk about this. He's only 21. Gunnar Henderson, 712 OPS, 6 homers, 2 steals through 52 games. I know he had some injury issues too. He had the back issue recently too. He just came back into the lineup. What's the second half in your mind look like for Gunnar Henderson? Like, give me a stat line for Gunnar Henderson. Last 80 games, let's say.
What was the stat? Give me it one more time. I mean, I'm pulling
712 OPS, 6 homers, 2 steals in 52 games.
Yeah, I mean,
give me the OPS, the homer total, and maybe a batting average total. You could do too.
Okay, yeah, and he's hitting 204 right now. He's had an expected batting average of 220. I think Gunnar can get to 250 on the back half of the year, but I think it's like another 6 or 7 homers, and I'm being a little optimistic. Here's you know what? Let me say this better. I think there's a possibility that Gunnar Henderson is sent down, and I've been saying that for quite some time. Hitting 200, 30% strikeout rate. He's walked a whole bunch, which has kept him up here. So I think he can statistically do a little bit better than he's done with a better batting average, but I think he might end the year with 120 or 30 games, and it might be 12 to 15 homers, 230 batting average, 8 stolen bases. And what that means, completely reserviceable player in redraft. But I've been saying for a couple of weeks, I think you can cut him. You know, there's no true signs of life. Will there be? There might be, and maybe he'll eat it, but it's June and he's hitting 200 with a 30% strikeout rate. So you can go, Isaac Paredes is probably a better option right now from a fantasy perspective.
Wow, that's
right?
way harsh. Well, no, look, I mean, right now, yes, but I'm hoping Gunnar Henderson pulls it together. Like this has been too bad for too long for a player that I really thought last year showed a lot of promise. So I understand sophomore slumps happen, but I'm hoping that he can improve. If he can get to that 820 OPS range with another, 10 home runs in the second half, I think that's the player I'm looking for.
The
That's
key you're also looking for is like better signs of life. Like that, I think is going to be key. Now in June so far, here's a little bit of it. He has hit 250, but it's only 3 games. He was 213 last run, and you want to pay attention to strikeout rates. That has dipped. It's 25% so far. The previous 2 months, both over 30%. Mm-hmm. So if what he's doing in June over 3 games continues, then this would be a good sign of life. But I would still like caution, what's it going to look like? Like he's not going to be Corbin Carroll. He's not going to be Elly De La Cruz.
No,
he's just
no,
going to
no.
be
He's not going to be those
serviceable
guys. No,
middle
but can he
infielder.
be a serviceable play? And look, third base sucks. So if you could be serviceable or good even at third base, that's something to pay attention to. Similar to the Bill Paxton conversation of a couple weeks ago, this Nic Cage conversation has certainly sparked the chat here. And a lot of people were bringing up Honeymoon in Vegas and Leaving Las Vegas. I don't like any of the Nic Cage Vegas movies, to be honest with you. I think they're both super overrated. I remember they were huge successes at the time. I think it would be funny now that I'm thinking about it, to watch them back to back. Like, is that marriage to Sarah Jessica Parker what led to his alcoholism? Like, I kind of wonder if you can watch those back
I
to back.
legit do not remember any of the Vegas movies.
Yeah, they were completely overrated. That's the thing. It's like some of the Con Air is like, and it was just on not that long ago, a couple months ago. I ended up watching it. Con Air is so goofy, especially on the rewatch, but I don't know what it is. Like, it's just got a great cast of people.
Yeah.
It holds up. It's got everybody from Buscemi to Cusack in it.
Steve Buscemi was just like such a creep too.
And creepy character. Yeah. He was Garland Green, I want to say was the name of that character. This is why you want me in the bar at the trivia. Pete Alonso. He's going to be at the bar for a couple of days. He's got a wrist contusion after taking a 97-mile-an-hour fastball off the wrist. Although I heard Charlie Morton called him up and apologized. So apparently this didn't have all of the implications that everybody on social media wanted to say after he was yelling to was it Bryce Elder the other night to hit that home run?
I wanted to ask you this. Are you a big hit retaliation guy? Syndergaard did the MLB The Show thing right after Elly hit the homer where he hit a guy, and then Alonso was chirping about Elder, and then Morton. Let's pretend like that was retaliation.
I'm a big proponent of hitting a guy who runs his mouth. So yeah, like I'm not hitting the next guy who hits a home run off me. That is to me, that was always the lamest thing ever. It's like you gave up a home run to that guy. So what does it have to do with the next guy coming up? It's just like, hey, don't think that you're hitting a home run off me. Like that is the lamest thing ever. When the next guy, if you can stay in the game long enough, plunk that guy to hit the home run off you. That's the guy you got to worry about.
Yeah.
I never understood that. Edward Cabrera. So hopefully just a couple of days, maybe we'll see. We're hoping he avoids a trip to the IL. Edward Cabrera was removed Wednesday with a blister. Keep an eye on that. Brandon Lau is going to be shut down for 2 to 3 weeks for baseball activity. So that's Xander Bogaerts, the daily Xander Bogaerts. Again, still absent yesterday. Lourdes Gurriel also still absent. Willy Adames did return, though, from the concussion protocol. Finally, Altuve returned as well. Carlos Rodon.
Hold on. Finish this, and I want you to rank something. Sorry. Go ahead. Finish that, and I want you to rank something.
Justin Steele threw a bullpen session Wednesday. So I don't know about you guys, but he's on track to return right now on June 17th against the Orioles. That's apparently when he's coming back.
I'm okay with that.
You have my hands like this watching Justin Steele. I mean,
I'm good with it. Rank rest of season.
Okay.
Elly De La Cruz, Willy Adames, Xander Bogaerts.
Oh man, this is a good one. I was down on Xander going into the year.
Me too.
I'm gonna go Elly, Xander, and the third one was
Adames
third.
Okay, I agree. I completely agree. I just wanted to see if we were there with Elly.
Oh, I'm there. And look, I expect Elly to have some valleys. Okay, like I'm not saying like this is going to be like this every night. Elly De La Valleys. Yes, come on. Just for fun, Luis Ariz 2 for 4. Now he's hitting 403 just despite the Welsh. I just want to throw that in there.
Man, I've decided I'm going to lay off because I did it. I haven't dropped the ITL episode. I kind of went in again and we had a voicemail about it. I got to lay off of it, but he's awesome.
All right. Now, our boy Tim says National Treasure is one of his best. I've never seen National Treasure.
They're great movies. Nicolas Cage might be one of the most, when we lose him one day, it's going to be a worse world
I
because
did watch
you
that
think about all of it.
special
It's
he
amazing.
did, though. Did you want about profanity? That was fun.
Which one?
He did a Netflix special about profanity where every half hour was about the origin of a different curse word.
No, I mean, he's
it's
perfect.
hilarious. And he's sitting in like a chair by the fire with a smoking jacket hosting this show.
Really?
And it's so absurd. It's entertaining. I mean, it's like got comedians on it talking about the words and all these things and the origins.
I'm dying to see the exceptional talents of whatever with him and the Last of Us guy, Mandalorian guy. The one it's about Nicolas Cage, the guy who's obsessed with the drug dealer.
Oh, I didn't see that. I heard that.
I want to see that really bad. Also, hilarious thing. There's this interview, not to go on it, but Pauly Shore was on Joe Rogan, and apparently Pauly Shore lives next door to Nicolas Cage. Half of this entire interview is Pauly Shore talking about Nicolas Cage and trying to get him on the show, and the weird stuff. Like Nicolas Cage has like a no social media rule to come to his house and how he hangs out. Nicolas Cage is fascinating. He is fascinating.
See, Angelo supports me. Matchstick Men, great movie. Him and Sam Rockwell, they're con artists. And Trax Patton, who I don't know, I've seen Trax in the chat before. In the end, Nicolas Cage turned out to be the national treasure, but he misspelled. He wrote Gage instead of Cage, but I think I know what he's saying there. All right, let's continue on with the 3 up and 3 down. Corbin Carroll, big up yesterday, 4 for 5, 2-run homer. I think it's in the negative now. His ROY future, it's going to be close to it by the end of this week. So if you haven't bet for Corbin Carroll for Rookie of the Year, I don't know which.
I saw the DraftKings one this morning. I believe it was. My eyes.
It was plus 150 when I saw it on.
Okay, so
Tuesday.
it's plus 135, but number 2 is Elly De La Cruz now at 365.
Well, that becomes the interesting hedge now. The interesting hedge is bet Elly at a small number now, just in case he goes bananas and Corbin Carroll, God forbid, gets hurt.
It's just the number isn't good enough.
Hedge.
But 3.5 to 1 on Elly right now. When Corbin Carroll,
it's 3.5 on Elly.
Yeah, it was like 365
like last week.
No, it's like 365. Listen, Corbin Carroll almost has 30 combined homers and stolen bases, and it's June 8th. Think about that for a second. Almost 30 combined homers and stolen bases. Like Elly's awesome. Elly's exciting. Unless Corbin Carroll falls off the earth or gets hurt, I don't know how whatever Elly could do could possibly catch the number 1 team in the NL and the best player on it who's hitting 300 as a rookie and will be an all-star. Elly's fun. Corbin Carroll, as long as that something happens, we got that locked.
I now I can't get out of my head the conversations between Pauly Shore and Nicolas Cage.
It's very.
Hey, Pauly, it's recycling day. Make sure you take out your recycling. He's like, I've got bottles. I've got newspapers, brah. Take it all outside. Dragging it down now. Chill, bro. I'm gonna bring.
We need a Pauly Shore Nicolas Cage movie.
I just wanted to be sure that you didn't miss recycling day because it only happens every 2 weeks, not 1, but 2. John Gray recorded 12 strikeouts yesterday. By the way, how good has he been? I'm so glad that I reinvested in John Gray last year, and I'm so glad I did it again this year. John Gray, I think, is going to figure it out. And I love that John Gray and Nady Eovaldi are leading this charge for this team. And they just go out there and help the bullpen. And the Texas Rangers, by the way, the odds to win for the Texas Rangers, have you seen them lately? Because it is absurd what they are.
By the way,
was looking at it. I'm going to pull it up here in a second. Go ahead.
Like Jacob deGrom, he just took some of his aura and he was just like, here, my sons. Take my pitching powers. I'm not here.
Him up and they all they drank the blood of Jacob deGrom.
Jacob deGrom,
plus 900 it opened. They are plus 150 on betting pros right now to win that division. Isn't that
Jacob
great?
deGrom was Splinter and he put it out to his Ninja Turtles. The 4 Ninja Turtles all have it. So that's what ended up happening. Well done. Also, live update: Elly De La Cruz has a hit and his first career stolen base. He got a hit and he's ridiculous. But that way would have killed those fantasy points that we were going against. This is against Clayton Kershaw. The legend continues.
I don't know. Let's also get Joey Weimer some love too. 4 for 4 with 2 bombs yesterday and a hell of a mullet. 3 down. Christopher Morel, who we were ragging on the other day. It's gotten worse. He's now 2 for 29. So, and he didn't even play yesterday. So that's a down. Max Scherzer wasn't good, but he did get the K prop. We locked that bad boy in at 6.5 and he struck out 10. Let's go. Scherzer only 5 2/3 innings, 5 earned runs, and Charlie Morton only 4 2/3 and 4 earned runs. He stunk too. Welsh, I want to get to the prize picks because they've got something fun going on prize picks right now. They got the little hot dog guys out. So what is that? I'll tell you in a second. But before you do, go see the hot dog guy. They're tacos. I thought they were hella hot dogs. I
They
don't
do
know.
look like, you know what? They do
They
look like hot dogs.
After that
Those are
Blue Jays
tacos.
video, I don't know what to think about anything anymore because it was so upsetting. Again, go to my Twitter and go look at it. But PrizePicks, download the PrizePicks app, go to prizepicks.com, get 100% deposit match up to 100. Use the promo code leading off because they got the special going on. And the special means you're getting a discount on everything. So right now you get Framber Valdez at 3.5 pitcher strikeouts. You can get Justin Verlander 4 pitcher strikeouts and Spencer Strider 6.5 against the Mets today, probably without Alonso in the lineup. I would take all 3 of these. That's my PrizePicks. They basically give you like 20 to 30% off, and it's like a limited time. So there's like a ticker going on. I guess, are they tacos? That's a hot dog.
Those are tacos.
He's got mustard underneath his mouth.
No, it's like the Taco Tuesday thing.
No, it's mustard. It's not a taco. It's a hot dog. It's baseball. He's holding a pennant.
It's Wiener Thursday. What are we talking about?
Wiener way. Well,
I don't know. Wednesday. It's a hot dog. It is a hot dog. That doesn't make sense.
It's a hot dog. It's a hot dog. Well, it's not a taco.
Argument. Hot dogs move a little bit further outside the bun to represent a hot dog. Not if you get
the buns that the longer buns that fit the hot dogs.
So they do a Taco Tuesday, and okay, so the developmental team, the art team, just saves some money.
Telling me I can't combine them, but I would use them to build. Use one of them. I can't take them all.
Tacos with mustard are the best.
They've got it's got a little mustard thing right there.
All right, whatever. Okay, Wiener Thursday. Celebrate your wieners on Thursday, everybody. Is hot dog a sandwich?
Frankfurter Thursdays?
I only like the Framber Strider one, and I would throw one of these in if you want to go. Also, if you don't like one of the ones I have, feel free.
I can't play PrizePicks. I'm annoyed because I live in New Jersey, but I didn't know I couldn't use all 3, but I would definitely use the Framber one is nuts. It's 3.5. I mean, I
agree. Framber is crazy.
Use that.
I love the Strider one. I'm not messing with the Verlander one, even though it's good. Here's my plays. Speaking of Framber fantasy score 31.5. Love that. Or you could play the strikeouts if that's what you wanted. Giancarlo Stanton hits run RBI 1.5 up against Lance Lynn today. And Adley Rutschman fantasy score 7. Pair all 3 of those maybe with Strider, or you could take out the Framber points and go with the strikeouts if you want a 3-piece. Do whatever you want.
They're discount dogs. Fred got it. Thank you, Fred.
Like Wawa dogs, like gas station dogs.
Yeah, or if you go to Dollar Dog Night at the ballpark. All right, betting wise today, I'm still going into the Yankees. You get plus 150 there against them without Judge in the lineup. I know Severino's pitching. I know Lynn is pitching. I know Lynn is all over the place, but whatever. Plus 150 is a good number. Framber Valdez minus 115. I like that one for the Houston Astros too today. Zach Wheeler, it's still 8.5, just like it was yesterday when it got canceled. I would go with the under on that. It's a big number. And even Framber at 5.5, I'd go over on that. You're getting plus money on that on Betting Pros as well. Don't forget, everybody, too, I got So Rare because we've got that going on, too. If you want to go join for free, go check it out. It's fantastic. It's fun, especially you can go buy an Elly de la Cruz card. It's a great opportunity. FantasyPros.com/collect to join. Then join our league, FantasyPros.com/leading off, and compete. You own your cards. You can buy, sell, trade, scout, do all the fun things there. DFS today, limited slate. Framber at 11.1, Spencer Strider at 11.4. If you want to go with Zach Wheeler at 10.8, you could do that too. Philly and Cleveland, that's the stacks tonight. And then JT Realmuto at 2.8, Ahmad Rosario at 2.5, starting to pull out of it a little bit, and Stephen Kwan at 2.8 also. I know they're not a good offense. I know, but eventually things have got to turn around a little bit. Home run call of the day for me, it's Trey Turner. I'm going back to that well. I've got 3 now in a few days, so I'm trying to keep pace. So Welsh still at the 18 mark, Razor at 23 at the very top of the board. Welsh, where are you going for your home run call tonight?
Yeah, I'll start real quick. We didn't do my bets. That's no big deal. But you got a lot of Philly stuff, DFS Phillies, Trey Turner. I almost picked Trey Turner. I'm on the Phillies a lot today. Bet-wise, 1.5 total. Also, team total runs over the whole game, 4.5. And Houston money line we've talked about. Those are my 3 bets. And for my home run total, I literally was going to take Trey Turner. Saw you did it. And I was like, all right, I'm going to move off of it. I'm going to go with Matt Olson. I'm going to go with Matt Olson today. I feel off on the home run calls. I need to get back a rhythm here, and hopefully Matt Olson could get me going because I don't want to be off that board. Being on that board now is exciting, and I don't want to be off of that board. So Matt Olson.
I love tacos, for the record. I just want to. I could eat tacos every day. I love any kind of tacos too. We talk the chorizo. You got the beef tacos. You got the chicken tacos. I'll do the shrimp tacos, the fish. Any tacos. All the tacos all day long. Somebody asked before, is burrito a sandwich? I don't think a
can't
burrito's a
do that.
sandwich.
I
It's a
can't
burrito.
do
It's
this
its own thing.
conversation. The whole like hot dog,
Burrito's
a
not a
sandwich,
sandwich.
burrito. Guess what a burrito is? It's a burrito. A taco, a taco.
The hot dog is sandwich.
Sandwich
I
or
can
sandwich?
get closer to because it's bread. Like if
But
it's not bread, it's not a sandwich. So that's an interesting
it's a hot
conversation.
dog.
But it's on a roll.
That's fine on a hot dog roll.
All right.
Bun.
Okay.
It's a bun.
You like hot? You don't need hot dogs. What do you do?
I
Because
like
you're
hot
a
dogs.
vegetarian guy. So what do you have? Like the
Veggie dogs.
tofurkey
You
hot
do that.
dogs? What do you do?
Yeah,
The veggie hot dog?
That's right. Just a bun. Actually, we went to this this haunted like mansion thing. Like a
Where is
outlet
this
here.
going?
No, I was just gonna say, and my daughter.
Or this haunted house of hot dogs.
It was just like 1899 like hotel in Wickenburg, and we went there and they had these food trucks out there and everything. And my daughter, they had like these. I got this like macaroni and cheese food truck, and there was a hot dog food truck, and my daughter looked at us and was like, I want a hot dog bun with ketchup. And we're like, we're not ordering that. And my mom took her over and they gave her 2 hot dog buns with ketchup. And she was very excited. And that is apparently all that she wanted. Whether she ate meat or not, she would have only wanted a hot dog bun. And then my wife had a pickle dog. It was just a pickle in the middle of a bun. Is that a sandwich? The pickle in the middle of a hot dog bun?
I don't know. We have to put that on a poll. If Mayor was here, we could do it. But we're running out of time anyway. That'll do it for us. But the story of the game goes on for the Welsh. I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, Cruz. Enjoy. Oh, see, I said Cruz instead of kids.
You did.
I did. Oh.
Joey De La Cruz and Elly De La Welsh.
See you next time.
Hi, Peanuts and
Cruzes.
Ellie's.
Bye. See you later. What a show.